I think the internet's good enough. It says I'm live. We all good? Cool. I just had to refresh that. Alrighty. What should be appearing on this? I still want to see, like, I don't need to see an image, and I'm looking at it right now. What everybody sees. Hello. Good afternoon. At least I think it's afternoon for a majority of people. It might still be morning for some Pacificers, but that's okay. Welcome to the stream. It's gonna be hopefully a longish stream. We'll see how long Rusty stays down for a nap. I got his wiggles out. I got some caffeine, so I have wiggles. And that should be enough to carry me through the stream, hopefully. Before we got started, because we have a good amount of time before the Gundam Wing collaboration is live. I think it's going to be live in the top of the hour. So we got a good amount of time. I wanted to talk about some things. I wanted to talk about first of all, I wanted to talk about John 21:30 to get us started with for the stream. And then we're going to talk about Overwatch 2's major changes for season 16. Hopefully I'll be able to keep this short enough for a video. I'm gonna try and post this on YouTube as well, so let's see. To start off with, though, I have my Bible in front of me. Trying to get used to physical Bibles again. I've been so spoiled. I've been using the Bible app way too often. For my liking. I think it's sort of desensitized me to like paper and the good old feeling of taking notes, and I need highlighters now too. I used to highlight, oh my gosh, my first Bible was completely highlighted to basically all the pages were soaked in highlighter because I guess that was just the thing I wanted to do as a kid. But I think I have that Bible somewhere packed with me. I'm pretty sure I took it with me. But this one's my study Bible. This one's really great. Helps me answer questions on the fly as well. My apologetics Bible. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over something very basic. I think just to get people in like introduced to Jesus. Even though it's the end of one of the Gospels. John specifically. So if you want to turn with me, it is John chapter 21, verse 30. It's towards like the very end. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I need to update that. It's not John 21, it's John 20. Yeah, I'm looking at John 21, but it's John 20. Let me fix the text there. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I watched that already. Can you let me OBS, can you let me type? Please. Okay, you'll let me rename it, but you won't let me... Oh, I can type it right there. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. 20:30. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. So John 20:30 says, Jesus performed many other signs in the presence of his disciples that are not written in this book, but these are written so that you may believe Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and by believing you may have life in his name. And that just reiterates the whole purpose of the Gospels was to explain that Jesus is the truth, the way, and the life. And you can have comfort knowing that this life isn't the end, and that whatever you're going through, whatever you may be suffering through, this isn't it. Like, you have a purpose. Everything has a purpose here in this life, and it's helping you understand how much better Jesus's return is going to be and how much better things are going to be after he reclaims the earth. Um, and there's many things that Jesus did that I feel like could take up way more than just Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in terms of the Gospels. But if you're ever curious about understanding who Jesus is and who his character is, please start with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. It is the main message of the Bible is Jesus is the most important person to have ever existed. Oh, hi. Hi, Minuet. It's good to see you. And it's because of my relationship with Jesus Christ that I want to share that with you, that he is also looking for you and that he also loves you. And you don't have to be afraid to give your life to Jesus because he'll transform your life and your way of, I guess, thinking and seeing the world in a gloomy way to one that has life and meaning. It really is peaceful. So if you ever wanted that in your life to have that kind of peace, all you need to do is pray to Jesus and ask him to come into your life and renew your spirit and ask him to be your personal Lord and Savior. And then you get a friend for life. It's a win-win. You know what I mean? So I feel like the end of the Gospel of John is a great pointer towards the beginning again. So if you want to learn about Jesus, start with those Gospels. And I'll leave that up there in the corner. It's probably going to stay up there throughout the entire stream. But I just wanted to get that in there first for anything else. Message of hope. And then we're going to talk about Overwatch because I think I'm going to play Stadium today for a little while. And I was excited for the Gundam collab, so there's that going on. I don't know if there's going to be an event or anything. I was kind of thinking it's just going to be the skins. And I I might be able to afford a skin right now. We'll see. I might have to like put the screensaver back up just to be like, oh, hold on one moment. Boom, Mercy skin. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think between all the skins that are shown on screen here, I think I just want the Mercy one. But I am very happy for the Ramatra fans that they finally get another good collab skin, even if it was a bit obvious. But that's not the topic I wanted to talk about when it comes to Overwatch. I wanted to talk about hero bands and Stadium, which are the newest things to come to Overwatch, which everybody's pretty opinionated on. Even before the release of hero bands, people were pretty opinionated on it. And I can't say that I feel negative or positive about it one way or the other. So I want to explain the benefits and the downsides to this. In competitive, the benefits to having hero bands has been it's very anti counter swapping, which Overwatch is very well known for. Like, oh, if you're having trouble with this one hero and fighting them, there's a hero that counters that particular hero that they're playing. And then you just play that. And even if you're like mediocre, I guess, at playing the hero, for example, like Widow versus Sombra, like you're facing a good Widow, right? And it's really, really rough. Well, Sombra was designed so that she can be invisible, even for like a short amount of time. She can be invisible, so that way she can sneak around and then come out of line of sight for the Widow and just have an easier time at fighting the Widow. Versus like say a Genji, even though Genji's not a direct counter to Widow, he's very agile, he can wall climb, like he can absolutely like have the mobility to get a Widow, but he's still vulnerable to like he's still visible. He has a cooldown that he has to spend in order to get the Widow. So I feel like that's a bit more balanced when you're fighting a Genji as a Widow versus Sombra, which is just a direct counter to Widow and a few others. So I personally am not a fan of heroes that are direct counters to other heroes. I like heroes that, in the example of Genji versus Widow, that yes, technically swapping to something with more mobility is better at fighting sniper like hero, but it's not like you're guaranteed to get the kill on the Widow every time. A good Widow will be able to snipe a Genji and keep tabs on them, even if it costs them a little bit of attention throughout the match to pay attention to that. But at Sombra, it's like, okay, well, I have to spend a whole ult in order to find the Sombra to make sure I know where she is, or I have to be like super, super paranoid and like constantly shooting some walls to find the Sombra. It's not fun. And it's most like it's at its worst. Counter swapping is at its worst when you're a tank. When you're a tank and you're playing your favorite tank like Reinhardt for whatever reason. I know a lot of people like Reinhardt. I do too, but oh good gosh, Reinhardt has it rough. But then the enemy tank swaps to like a Ramatra who can punch through shields and stuff. It's not a good lineup. So then to fight the Ramatra, because you're all alone, you can't, like, it's just you versus this other tank, and you can get rolled pretty easily because of the Ramatra breaking down your shield, breaking down your health through the shield, and then all of a sudden there's like other team coordination on top of that. It sucks to be a tank with how much pressure it is. So then if you don't swap, you're making your whole team put more effort into keeping you alive that could have been spent like actually doing damage to the other team. So then the tank has to swap, and then when the tank swaps, they can get finally some breathing room, because the other tank is then forced to swap, and then we have the whole situation again of like, I have seen games, and maybe it's just because of my rank, but I've even seen like some diamond games go like 5 different tanks that one character picked, or that one person had to pick, in order to keep the momentum of the game, because they were just simply getting dominated by the counter swap. Like, say Zarya is one of the biggest ones I could think of that people counter swap to, is to pick Zarya because of her invulnerability bubbles. Excuse me, I'm gonna I need caffeine. The camera doesn't quite know what to do with that one. I need to have like an emote where I just like pull up a cup and like sip daintily with a pinky out, just to make it a little less awkward. But yeah, so oh shoot, I think that's showing on the stream is the the weird red lines. But where was I? Tank counter swapping, Zarya. Right. It's just not fun. It's really not fun, especially when I play tank and I want to play D.Va, but then they counter with Zarya, and it's just, it ultimately wasn't helping the 5v5 format to like have counter swapping be so prevalent after that, because in 6v6 you could have your off tank kind of make up for your weakness, but if you have the skill and then your off tank doesn't necessarily need to counter swap, but they kind of like cover your weakness, it's so much better having a co-tank. It really is. Like, 6v6 is just, it was always good, in my opinion. Not a lot of people think the same. A lot of people think 5v5 was better because of double shield, and I hear double shield get used so often, but I rarely see double shield anymore because the fact that they really nerfed the shields in 6v6. Like, after playing 6v6, I genuinely feel like open queue 6v6 has way better than 5v5. But when I do play 5v5 for the role queue specifically, because I'm a support main and I hate being in it, I very much dislike being in a team comp in open queue where nobody can play anything but support. Like, I can play DPS, right? I'm not a great DPS. I'm a good enough DPS, and I'm certainly a good enough tank. I do know how to tank. But if I'm in a 6v6 queue with only support mains, and I've had it where I had 6 support mains, myself included, it was just, oh, nobody could do anything. And it I wish there was a role queue 6v6, but at the same time I understand why there isn't, because in Marvel Rivals, and I've played enough Marvel Rivals to see how not having role queues does help. Um in most situations have team flexibility. I get it, I do. I think it's okay to have 6v6 still be open queue, but at the same time I also kind of wish I had that role queue option. But that's what the 5v5 is for. And I guarantee you, if they put role queue for 6v6, um, we would not have anybody playing 5v5 role queue. It's just so much better having 6 people, because nobody does teamwork very well anymore, but they can, like, people who have good reactions to their team and can do teamwork without talking is what Overwatch 2, like, is thriving on right now. But if you can't even, like, think in a team mindset and you're just, like, completely soloing it, you're not gonna make it. uh I'm gonna finally read some comments now that I'm done ranting a little bit, but I still have to go back to hero bans because I didn't even touch on that. I was just talking about counter swapping being an issue. uh Having a bit more risk in countering to have balance is what you mean. Um, I'll get to that because that's technically what the hero bans are trying to answer. The counter swapping isn't newcomer friendly from my experience when you don't have much experience with any character. Overwatch in general isn't beginner friendly. It's Most Blizzard games now are not beginner friendly, unfortunately. And that's a whole other topic that I'll get on after the hero bans. Um, but so far, I just say do quick play. Like, do quick play, turn off match chat. You'll be vibing. Dang, yeah, roll queue in 6v6 does sound nice. Yes. But it is open queue, which that means there's no roles. You can pick any character. You can be a tank to a healer or to DPS, whatever you feel like it. But there is like a limit to just 2 tanks, because otherwise, everybody would be playing tanks because they're so strong. On to hero bans, though. After explaining the situation for competitive right now, the hero bans introduced a new way to kind of like stop counter swapping a bit by having the teams pick 2. I mean, like, in the end, there'll be narrowed down to 2, but each member of a team will pick their 3 top heroes that they want banned in order of how many points, excuse me, in order of how many points goes towards like who's your most hated versus your least hated characters. So like your first one will have the most points towards it, the second one will have like a medium amount of points, and then the last one will have like a little amount of points. So you could say like, I really hate Sombra, but then there's Widow, and then like maybe Mei at the end of that. Like, so if we all agree that we don't like Mei, I can throw my piece in there, even though it's only a little bit. But it's a point system. And each member, like I said, picks 3 that they don't want. But you can also pick 1 character at the very start that you like to play, so that your team knows, okay, that's the one I probably shouldn't pick to ban because they know how to play that character. But you can only pick 1. You can't just be like, oh, I play this many characters or this and that. Well, at that point, that's That's not the point. They just want to make sure that your main character that you play, that you've spent the most hours on, that they don't pick. Now, there are some mean beans out there that once they see you pick your favorite character, they will try to vote that character off. And I'm looking at all the people that have a specific hate for Mercy, but usually what I've seen is that when somebody picks Mercy as their favorite, which has never been me, I am not a one-trick pony anymore. But once somebody like sees on my support team that they've picked Mercy, they all of a sudden go, "No, I don't want a Mercy. No, I don't want a Mercy. No, there can't be any Mercy. No Mercy. I am going to put you at the top of my list. You are not going to play her this match." And then the enemy team just winds up banning her anyways. And um I've had it where matches now, I don't think I've ever seen a unique, like, this is probably very role dependent. Like, this, not even role dependent, not even role dependent, pardon me. I mean rank dependent in the metal ranks right now, because I've been pushed back to gold from plat. I'm so, oh, I'm so upset by that. But you know, I'm stuck in gold again. But gold has this very large disdain for Zarya, Doomfist, uh Sombra, Widow, and I think Symmetra is one that I've seen banned enough, but it's it's always the same four heroes. And I mean, well, and Mercy too. I've seen her hate banned a couple times, but it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. I did not see Mercy banned as much as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely a decent amount that Mercy's been banned, but more often than not, I think it's been literally like 90 out of 100 times I've seen Sombra banned. Like, people just really don't like Sombra in the metal ranks. And I get that. I really do. She's a pretty big counter. I've seen Anna banned a couple times, which was smart. I actually enjoy having Anna banned or Junker Queen banned more, because I feel like Auntie was just, is still really strong, like really really strong in the metal ranks. If it helps you get out, though, sure, you can get out with Ana of the metal ranks, because what, that's honestly some of the things I've been doing is using Ana, because Auntie is just, hey, can you please target this, so it dies? Okay, well, I guess not. I'm gonna Auntie it so that way I can shoot it myself, finally get a kill. finally get something not healed. But yeah, so in the metal ranks there's a certain amount of characters that are banned pretty much every single time. And that kind of leads me to my point of why I do have a negative point for bans, is that I think it killed one trick ponies. I think the bans have absolutely killed the some of the fan favorite one trick ponies. And it does, I don't think one trick ponies should be punished, but I also think that if you're playing in a role queue for competitive, you should know more than one character in Overwatch by now. Overwatch is one super, super, like, counter swapping heavy, like I said at the beginning, but you can do good if you're really good at one character, but it's just, if you want to win the game, like, if you want to have fun, go play quick play and go be a one trick pony. But if you want to win the game, you kind of know at least two characters, at least two. Like, if you're gonna play, like, say, like, Mercy all the time is usually the biggest one trick pony I can think of. I was a Mercy one trick pony, okay? So I know what I'm talking about here. I have so many hours on Mercy that I can literally show you in my career profile once the update's done. But or once the Gundam thing is live, but I'm not going to touch it because I don't want the shop to break on me until, yeah, I want the Mercy skin. Like I said, I'm a Mercy one trick pony. I simp for Mercy, okay? I get it. But I had to learn different characters because Anti and Cleanse and Discord, mostly Anti has been still so strong that Mercy can't get enough like value out of her healing, and I have not been able to rely on my co-healers. Sorry, not sorry about the people that I heal with, but I have been with healers that have so many different playstyles that it's normally not a super healing playstyle. Um, Usually they are. Sorry, my dog is. He's being cute. He's going to his nappy bed right next to me. He abandoned my lap, so I'm trying to adjust for that. But damage beam is good. It is. I think damage beam is literally. Oh, it's so cute. No, you can't be that cute. Oh, you're so cute. Okay. Damage beam is pretty effective in a good team comp. Like you have to have good DPS. Like Mercy is very team dependent. Like she's so team dependent. So I found it more often than not if I wanted to climb until I got to the ranks where teams are actually good and can actually synergize. Mercy is actually a higher ranking gameplay, and sometimes a low like bronze level ranking gameplay she does good, but in the middle where people are like very adamant at being 1v1ers in random points in the team fight, it's not helpful. So I had to learn Kiriko and Ana to kind of keep up with it. I play Kiriko, Ana, Juno is a huge one that I play. I think Juno's like my second main now. I don't one trick Juno, but I certainly know Juno almost as much as Mercy now. And Ana, I've played for a very long time. She's how I got my aim. And Kiriko's kind of up there now that I learned to aim with her. And then I can also do Brigitte, but that's like that's so many new heroes for me to actually be able to compete with um the enemy team that may be like hard countering Mercy or like hard focusing Mercy. It's so important for that. And in the end, I also do have fun with those characters. Like you like just have to like pick the characters that you have fun with. Like a lot of people pick Baptiste because he is very good at being both um an offensive healer, support, whatever, and also being a good healer at the same time. Like they're really good Baps in high level gameplay. But I just don't like Bap. I don't like his playstyle. I don't like having to Mario jump. And I know that's kind of contradictory to the fact that like I mercy zip around the map and stuff, but I don't like having to play around lamp. It's and all that fun stuff. It's not fun to play against, or in my opinion, it's not fun to play against or with, but you know. I'm just and then there's the BAP window, and it's helpful. It's a very strong character. Baptiste is a very strong character, but it's not my playstyle. So find the characters that you personally have fun with and go from there, but you can't just play one in comp. If you want to play one, go play quick play. You'll have fun there. I promise. Like even I don't know, just tank your rank or something. If you want to go have fun, like oh no, Sarah's promoting smurfing. But I mean, for quick play, I don't think quick play should be trying to match ranked, even though it is. I know a bunch of people go practice in quick play in order to play ranked, so they get all sweaty and stuff. But I really feel like quick play should be soft catering to your uh current rank, maybe even a little bit lower. Um I don't know, like the matchmaking's just still a little too rough if you want to play with your friends of different ranks. For sure. It's another case for why I wanted PvE for Overwatch, but you know, maybe we'll get some more modes that are more casual. I think this game for long-term health needs more casual modes than just quick play. Quick play is not even that casual, but I don't know. Go play custom matches. We have a lot of fun in custom matches. I have a lot of fun playing the random funny stuff that people come up with, so there's that too. There's an okay amount of content, I'd say. But yeah, one trick ponies are definitely dead because of the hero bans, in my opinion. They definitely are. You need to learn more than just one character now, more than ever. But that brings my point to Stadium is that one trick ponies thrive in Stadium. Oh my gosh. If you know a character in and out, like you know them up and down and sideways, and I'm not going to mention other places, but you know what I mean. You know these characters almost as much as you know your hands. Um you're going to love Stadium because you get brand new, fresh ways to play these characters. And I know they'll add more characters eventually. I know they're going to add more characters maybe with each other season. I don't know how often they said they were. I know they had a small developer update talking about that. I'll have to check that out another time. But like Mercy is doing so well in Stadium. I cannot tell you how frustrating I have like found Mercy mains now in Stadium. I'm gonna have to go try Mercy in Stadium now. I just really wanted to play Juno because I love her new mythic skin, but I'm gonna have to play Mercy in Stadium now. Um, but yeah, she is very, very good in Stadium. So I feel like Stadium is opening up the possibility to people who may be frustrated in comp now, who wanted to play their one favorite character, can now go to Stadium and play a 5v5 mode, which, by the way, third person is optional. So if you don't like the third person, it's basically comp but longer. And they're giving rewards and stuff. It just, I feel like Stadium does need to give competitive points as well. Like, it needs to give competitive points. But that's also my thing of like, well, if one thing has everything, then the other modes die. So I don't know. But Stadium is a lot more fun for somebody like me who likes really, really likes the characters. The customs are my fave so far, but good to know all this helps me understand the game more. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the goal with talking about these things, is people have a better understanding of what's going on with the game, because I do like Overwatch. I like Overwatch a lot. I have liked Overwatch since 2019, 2020. Um, not exactly the game's conception, because I remember walking into a GameStop and I remember seeing a poster with Tracer on it for Overwatch's first release, and I thought, oh, that looks like a cool game. And then when I found out it was a first person shooter game, like team game, I was like, nah, I like Pokemon right now. Oh, the naivete of my past self liking single player games. Now it's like you get like dopamine hits from all these multiplayer games now. Just I need to pick like a good single player game to remind myself what slowing down feels like. uh, yeah, I am certainly a dopamine addict when it comes to these games, but that's what I'm trying to slow myself down with, which yeah. Yeah. Uh oh shoot, we're about 10 minutes out from the update being live. So I'm going to try and wrap up my thoughts, but yeah, I think banning hero bans and stuff is pretty good in terms of one specific mode, but if you're upset with that mode having the hero bans, like banning your favorite characters, I feel like Stadium is going to become that kind of niche thing that, you know, you can experience being a one trick pony in a whole new way. um they did now I did see a peek about the developer update talking about Stadium and why some characters felt super overpowering to play against, And they were like, well, we don't want to tweak it too much because we want people to still have fun, but we do understand that balancing, blah, 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 blah. And I go, eh. I kind of turned my brain off after they said balancing, and I was like, well, how do I put this? In Stadium, it feels like some characters are extremely overpowering once they get their build set up, but I also don't mind it for the sake of like everybody can get to that if you know the character well, like if you know the setups well. I think this is just growing pains of having some characters that seem super overpowered, like Mei. Like I say that Mei is super overpowered in Stadium, but when I tried to use Mei's build, like the super overpowered ice build that she has, I completely failed at that. Like I couldn't even like kill anything really. I was able to kill maybe one or two people, but I think just in the right hands, these builds can be really, really powerful. And I'm not the right hands for DPS or tank. I, I really truly believe that people are only complaining about people who actually read the skills and know what they're doing and like can do the math to kind of be like, okay, this character's gonna do this much damage, and oh, the anti-healing will be good with this, and oh man, this will stack great with this. And it's like everything's so new, you're not gonna know everything right away like some people who play hours and hours do. So growing pains is what I see it as. I'm like, you don't have to balance it just yet. Like, I haven't seen anybody in Stadium get, like, hard locked into a team because that particular team setup is so powerful. I thought Lucio wasn't gonna get anything interesting, but Lucio got, like, he's got one shot boop, like sound wave stuff, like where if he uses his ultimate and he lands it on your head, you die. Like you die. I'm like, what the heck? He can kill you with his ultimate now? What? You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things that like I think it's perfectly fine to have silly stuff happen like that. I think you need to have like a bit of silliness and not so seriousness to a game. Which brings my point of the Stadium is competitive technically. Stadium has its own ranking system, and I think that's their way of doing matchmaking and making sure that you're facing people within your kind of rank kind of stuff for Stadium, but it's it's not crossplay, and there's no casual version of it. Like there's no quick play version of Stadium. So, I don't know. More growing pains about it, really. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about with the new stuff that came out with season 16. I could complain about some things, and I did complain about things on YouTube in my my YouTube short about the Doki Watch stuff. But I think that's pretty much all that needs to be said because I think things aren't really going to change with the shop. I think the only thing that can change is just my spending habits, which I am working on with this game. I think I'm pretty much just capped out on skins for what I want from this game. I'm starting to get burnout. And I'm hoping other people also feel that way, where they feel burnout of skins, because this. So the Doki Watch skins were really, really cute, and I really like. That's totally like the whole reason I have this character is because of the '90s anime magical girl stuff, right? So that's totally my vibe. I got the Kiriko one. I got the Freya one because the Ultimate Battle Pass, and you know, comes with the coins. I did not get the big bundle because I'm not spending $100 for every single Doki Watch skin that I'm like I wanted to use but won't use because too many skins now. It's a skin saturation thing. Like skins aren't content. I know that, and I don't want to continue to like perpetuate that behavior with Blizzard for this. I get that this is like how they make their money in order to keep going. But like Guys. Guys. Really? 2 Mercy skins? One in the collaboration and then the princess one coming up, and then your battle pass is like the worst skins you could have put in a battle pass? Like, I don't know. That's my complaints. That's all my complaints, really. Yup. And more caffeine. Maybe a little bit of water too eventually. A capitalist gotcha? I wouldn't say gotcha. Because gotcha kind of implies that it's a chance at getting the thing that you want. I think loot boxes were a really good step. You can't buy the loot boxes, you can earn them, and you can get shop skins from the past seasons. But I haven't seen any, like, non-Blizzard collaborations in the loot boxes. But I think loot boxes are a good first step. Yeah. I think only something like becomes a gotcha if it is like, oh, this is a banner. Like the Gundam skins are a banner. You have a chance at getting these Gundam skins, but you don't get any, like, oh gosh. Don't do that. Don't do that, Overwatch. Oh my gosh. Oh, don't do that. They used to have you pay for loot boxes. And I don't think they had collaborations back then. Like to this level. Like, what I think they're doing right now, honestly, what they're doing right now is they're pulling a Fortnite. Like, they're like, this game, Overwatch 2, is heavily trying to become Fortnite for skins only. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work in the long run. Simply because this game doesn't appeal to kids. Like, there's some kids that play this game, but they're mostly like teens. But Fortnite is like super kid friendly, like becoming like Roblox kid friendly. And Overwatch just isn't that. It's not mommy's credit card bait. It is adult people with jobs, teens maybe with jobs. And there's only so much that they can like pull from these people before they're like, you know what? I want to buy a Switch too. I eventually want to buy a Switch too. I really shouldn't be spending money on these skins. You know what I mean? Me, I'm starting to be like, look, Overwatch 2, you are taking more money than my other hobbies, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You're taking away from my calico critters. I love calico critters so much. I'm choosing calico critters over you, Overwatch. Oh, pardon me. That was right into the mic. I know, I'm sorry, Rusty. That was right on you. Oh no, sorry, buddy. Well, we've had the easy serotonin from calico critters is hard to say no to. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I have calico critters on my desk right now. I have the Husky family on my desk right now. I have Husky dad, Husky mom. Their children are at daycare at the moment with that new set I got, but they're easy. You're right, easy serotonin. Alright. If there were blind bag Zelda figures, I'd have them all to Fable. Yeah. Here's the thing is Nintendo was very good at monetizing their stuff. Like, but they just don't have a lot of merch. Like, they really don't commit to like a lot of merch. Now, if you looked at me and you said, what do you mean they don't commit to a lot of merch? Have you seen the Pokemon Empire? I'm like, hold up. Pokemon Empire? Completely different than their other IPs. You do not see stuffed animals of Samus Aran. On legitimate sites. On legitimate sites, you do not see stuffed animals of Samus Aran. But, like, Legends of Zelda, Mario even. Like, they don't even have that much stuffed animals of Mario. You don't, like... You have to almost get like bootleg Mario and Luigi in order to actually have a Mario and Luigi stuffed animal. I have seen people crochet Mario and Luigi stuff because there's not enough. Like there's just not enough of that IP. But Pokemon is where they went like all in because it's Pokemon at this point. They have created their own animal franchise that's more loved than realistic animal stuffed animals. That's crazy to me. That is like insane. It's cute animal like wonder. Not all Pokemon are cute, but they certainly love to capitalize off the cutest ones. That's for sure. It should have been enough minutes that the shop should have updated by now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that launched. And hopefully not crash the game. You might start to hear it in the background. Which I don't know if I'm gonna have to mute the game for a second. Because we might hear some copyright Gundam music. Yep, I feel like I'm gonna have to mute that. That's some copyright music right there. Cool. Let's remove the screenshot, and there we go. That's the banner for the Gundam Wing collaboration. Let's see what I can afford. Honestly. So it says the Conquer event challenges to unlock exclusive theme rewards, like the Shinigami title and a Mercy Spray. Nice, okay. The voice lines are a part of the free rewards, so I wonder if it's just the skin bundle then. They might not come with emotes and stuff, because I didn't see a like unique victory pose. What? Oh no, I saw a unique victory pose, but I didn't see like a victory screen, like a MVP screen or anything like that. Okay, that is sick though. That is so cool. Gosh, I love the detail in the artwork so much. But then the skins are gonna look like Mattel versions. Yeah, that's what I thought, 60 bucks. If the screen ever loads and you can't really see it cuz sunflower the Hasbro filter, yeah. Okay. Well, what are the bundles? Because it says it's going to be 30, like 29 bucks, 30 bucks for the Mercy bundle. What comes in the bundle? Oh, there is a highlight intro. Oh, there is a highlight intro. Oh no, no barkies. I'm literally in the middle of streaming. No, wait, what? No. They don't need ASMR barking. He got up to the mic like he was a part of the podcast. He got up to the mic like he was a part of the freaking podcast, just like, look, guys, you have to stop my mom. She's buying too dang much. You have to stop my mom. The whisper booth. Oh, the whisper booth. Okay, so somebody is angry right now. No. That is highly inappropriate. That is highly inappropriate. Stop it. No. Ellie may be talking, but you don't need to talk back. No. You want to come here? You want to come snuggle? You want to come back here? I'll protect you from the bad guys. Yeah, you want to come here? No, we're not going outside. Come here. Come here onto my lap. I'll protect you from the bad guys. He's returning. He has returned. The prodigal son has returned to my lap. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. No. This is my turn. This is my turn to talk. today. This is my turn. You talked all day. You barked and talked all day. Let me see. That's a pretty sick spray. Yes, that's pretty sick sprays. What's the voice line though that I'm missing here? Okay, pretty standard stuff. Let's look at it. Let me show you what I mean by like how expensive the skins are. It should be 1900, yeah. Oh gosh, that's actually really good. And oh man, they did really good with these skins. All right, and then the highlight intro is 700, so that's a good highlight intro. That's a really good highlight intro. Even with other skins, that's gonna be really good. Okay. So let's think about this. If it's 1900 for this plus the 17 or plus the 700, that's 25, I think. 25, and then if you think about it, the bundle here is 28, which it would be cheaper to get the bundle. How close am I to the... Oh gosh, not close at all. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna put the screenshot screen back up so that way I can kind of figure out my own monetary things about this. So okay. Okay. Let me I know. You know, I don't really need the voice lines. I think what I'll do is I'll get the $10 one. Wait, because 19... Oh my gosh, math. 19 plus 7 would mean 16, so it'd have to be 26. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'd have to do the $10. Okay, I'm gonna mute my own mic for a second, so no clicky clickies.